Hey folks, Iolair here. It's Monday, September 28th, and Wargaming has formally announced the details of the U.S. Navy battleship line split and early access on the World of Warships website. I'll leave a link to the article in the description below. I'll go through this article. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments. And I certainly wish everybody luck and success in getting content that many have been looking forward to for quite a while. So, just a reminder that the Tier 8 and Tier 9 battleships, the USS Kansas and the Minnesota, will be available for early access. We can acquire the Kansas by completing all directives, of which there are some additional details below. And then the Minnesota, we can acquire in early access through random bundles that we exchange for doubloons in the armory. American tokens will be a new temporary resource that we can earn by completing directives, by completing special chains of combat missions, and then we will also be able to pick up American tokens by buying bundles for doubloons. They will also be available, or the American tokens will also be available, or a few of them anyway, for recruitment points in the armory. So if you are an active recruiter to bring people into the game and you get recruitment points, you can earn some American tokens as well. And then when update 0911 goes live, the American tokens will be converted to credits at a rate of 1 token for 1,000 credits. All right, so the rewards in exchange for the American tokens include a series of consecutive bundles. There are details on that below, as well as other rewards that can be found in the armory. Consecutive bundles will feature the USS Florida, which is the new premium Tier 7 U.S. Navy battleship, and that will include her Gold Eagle permanent camouflage and a commemorative flag, The Gold Eagle permanent camouflage will also be available as part of this consecutive bundle model for the Kansas, the Minnesota, and the Vermont. And we can also earn some premium account time, coal, expendable camouflages, and some signals. And again, full detail of the chain is coming up here in just a second. All right, distinctive features of the U.S. Navy battleships. They have a lot of guns. They can hit really hard. They have a fairly long reload. They quote enjoy great maneuverability for their type, as well as good anti-torpedo protection, but they are rather slow. I think most of these properties people are already familiar with. And then they also have decent AA, which is reinforced by the defensive AA fire consumable. And then a reminder that starting with update 0911, all of the ships, including the Vermont, will be available for all players to research. Again, another reminder that we will have an updated naval base port for this event. And here come the directives and random bundles I've been talking about. So the new game event will have 32 missions spread across 4 directives. The first directive will become available with the release of the update, and then the remaining 3 directives will be unlocked on a weekly basis, usually on Mondays, and completing the missions and directives will reward you with American tokens, as we mentioned before. The final reward for completing the last directive will be the Tier 8 USS Kansas. She will have all of her modules, and you will also get a commander with 3 skill points and a port slot. Now, random bundles, I mentioned earlier, can be purchased in the armory for 1,000 doubloons each. These will be listed under the USS Battleship Part 1 section of the armory. And then there will be 5 variants of the random bundles. Each can be obtained for in exchange for 1,000 doubloons, like I just said. And they have a chance of dropping the Minnesota or a variety of other options here. So there's some special signals, American tokens, and some regular combat signals. And so they have a list of the different bundles that you potentially can get. So again, the order in which you get these will vary. There's 16 each of the bundles that do not include the Minnesota, and then there is 1 bundle that includes the Minnesota. So the way this has historically been operated is that you spend a certain number of doubloons, in this case 1,000, and then it just randomly picks which of these 49 bundles you get. If you are willing to spend 49,000 doubloons, I won't make any comments on the veracity of that, but if you're willing to spend 49,000 doubloons, you're at least guaranteed to get the Minnesota, but you can get it sooner depending upon your luck. American tokens can be acquired for one of three ways. We can by completing directives and missions of the event, we can get up to 12,900 tokens. From the random bundles that I just mentioned for for buying with doubloons, we can get up to 96,000 tokens, and then you can get up to 2,000 tokens for recruitment points in the armory. And then there's a link here to the recruiting station if you want to know more about that. All right, you can get even more American tokens in addition to what I just listed here by completing a chain of combat missions that will be available on weekends of the second and third weeks after the release of the update. Now, one point they make after this, which I'm not sure entirely what Wargaming intends here, but I'll read it out. Quote, the difficulty of the chains as well as the number of tokens that you can receive depends on your activity during the previous updates. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. That implies that the more active you've been, the more challenging these chains will be. I don't know. It doesn't say here. I'm guessing. And so I'll try to get some more detail if I can get some clarification. The best thing to do otherwise, if I can't get the information, is you'll just have to wait for the update to come out and take a look at these combat missions to find out what that means for you specifically. All right. Let's see. Rewards. You can exchange American tokens for consecutive bundles and other rewards in the armory. So here is the series of rewards that you and the chain in which you can get them. And so on the left side, they list the reward you can get in the consecutive bundle. And then on the right-hand edge, they have the cost in American tokens. So if you were to complete the directives and earn 12,900 tokens, you would at least be able to purchase the first three of these consecutive bundles, and you would have a few tokens left over for camouflage or other things. To get the remainder of the tokens, so everything from link 4 through link 8 is, I think I calculated 88,000 tokens, would probably mean that some of these you could pick up through the combat missions that are available over the weekends, but the balance will have to come out of spending doubloons. So there's no requirement. Let me stress this: there's no requirement that anybody spend doubloons. And the other reality is that the ships will be researchable, even without spending money in a couple of updates. This is really intended for, I think, for people that really are interested in these lines. You have to make a personal decision whether you're willing to make that kind of investment to pick up this additional content. So that's an individual choice to be made. All right, other rewards you can pick up. There's a handful of things like patches, the pinup girl patches, some credits and camouflages for any sort of remaining tokens that you have left over. And that is the update on this article. There are details that are not listed here. For example, what exactly are the directives? We won't see those until the update is actually released and in our game on our client. And again, I will try to get some clarification on what Wargaming meant by that comment I highlighted earlier around the difficulty of the chains. Sorry, I'm scrolling here. The difficulty of the chains based on your activity. So I'm trying to get some clarification on what that means. But even if Wargaming confirms something I'm suspecting, they're not going to tell me what, and even if I knew, I wouldn't be able to share exactly what the difficulty would be and what the chains would be. So we'll just have to wait for the game to come out anyway. So that is the update. Hopefully this was relatively clear. Let me know your thoughts and any questions that you may have in the comments below. And as always, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.